Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, so
Good evening.
hope you can all hear me from where you are. Hope I'm audible enough. So I want to welcome you to our today's session. So we are continuing with the dashboard creation in Tableau. So yesterday we finalized on the sales dashboard, and also we started another one, or we started the HR analytics. So I had shared the data with you. So hope you are having it, and I'll urge you to open it and load it into Tableau Public. So let us analyze that data. So let me share my screen. So I'll begin first by loading the data into Tableau. So I'll simply come to connect Excel because my file is in the form of Excel. So I connect HR data and load it into Tableau. So it will take some time. I think it's loading now. So this is the data. You can see we have 39 fields and 1,470 rows. So those are the variables that we are having. So I'll go to sheet 1. So in sheet 1, we will be designing our first visual here. But before we can design our visual, we want to look at something called creating calculated fields in Tableau. So you might find yourself in a scenario whereby you need to create additional data from existing data, or you might want to do some manipulation in your data. So most of the times you might find yourself creating an additional variable or field, and you can do so by using calculated fields in Tableau. So how do we create a calculated field? So for you to, yes, yes, okay. So most of the times you might find you want to create an additional variable from your existing data. So you can create a variable using calculated fields in Tableau. So how do we add a calculated field? So if you are on your sheet, when you look at my top left, we have this drop down where we have a filter. There is a drop down for creating a calculated field. So you simply select on that. So you select on that on the drop down, you select create a calculated field. Right? Yes, someone has raised a hand or
It says calculation dimension measurements.
so you hope you are at this interface on your left. It's called the
Yes.
sidebar pane where we have the data pane and the analytics pane. Yeah, so just beneath your data source, that is, for instance, here is HR data analytics. Hope you are seeing where we are having this filter, and also we have this drop down here. So you see when you click on this drop down, you'll see there is an option for creating a parameter and a calculated field. So you want to create a calculated field, right? Yeah, so you simply click on create a calculated field. So when you click on that option, it will bring you this text box whereby you'll be now be prompted to write your calculation. So you can write many calculations ranging from the basic calculations that you know in Excel, for instance, sum, count, average, standard deviation, all of them, even the logical statement, count if, sum ifs, and so on. You can create them here. So you can create your own custom calculations, right? Yeah, for instance, we wanted to create um, a calculated field that will uh, that will show the number of employees who have left the company. That is attrition. So when you look at this data, when you look at this data in itself, when you look at the field for attrition, when you look at the attrition field, so you can see it is a Boolean variable whereby we have an option for yes and also no. So yes means the employee has left the company, and no means the employee is still in the company. So we need to create a calculated measure that will calculate the total number of employees who have left the company. So back to the sheet. So still under the data pane on this drop down, I'll come here and create a calculated field. So it will bring you this window whereby you'll have to write the name of the field that you want to calculate. What do we want to calculate? So we want to calculate number of attritions, number of employees who have attrited. Number of attritions. So with this, given that we are only having two Boolean outcomes, that is for yes and a no. Kindly mute whoever hasn't muted, kindly do so. Yeah. So we want to calculate the number of attritions, and we have two Boolean outcomes, that is for yes, and also we have for no. So we want, if the outcome is yes, we will assign it a value of 1, meaning that that employee has left the company. But if it's no, we'll assign it 0. It means that employee is still with us. So we shall use an if statement. So if is simply a logical statement. So if attrition, so we are calculating this from attrition. If the outcome is yes, then give it a value of 1. Otherwise, we use an else statement. Else, give it a 0, and then we normally close the calculated field with the end. You see? So if attrition is yes, then give a value of 1. Else, that means otherwise, if it is not the case, give it a 0. So you click on apply and then click on OK. So when I look at my data pane, you can see there is a calculated field that has been added. It is highlighted in green, right? So this is the number of.
Can you go back to the if statement so that we can get it?
Okay. So that is it. Yeah. It's an equal sign. It's an equal sign. And then make sure yes is a string. Make sure it's on quotation, double quotation. So once you start typing attrition, it will simply pop up and you select on it. Right? So if you are from Excel or if you've ever used Excel, you should be familiar with some of these logical functions, like the if, ifs, and, or. Yeah, so you should be familiar with them. So that is it. That is the how you create a calculated field. So I'll simply click on OK. So after you've done that, on the data pane, you will see that variable that you've created, that field that you've created. So you see it is starting with an equal sign and then a hashtag. So when you see an equal sign followed by an hashtag, it means it is a calculated field. So let us create another calculated field. Um, So I want to know now the number of active employees that we do have in this company. So I'll simply come here, create a calculated field. So I'll give it the name of active employees. So how do you think we can calculate the number of employees who are still in the company? So you should be having a formula in your head or on your mind on how we can calculate the number of active employees who are there in the company. So remember, we have employee count. So employee count, we have that. And also we have the number of employees who are treated. So we've just created a field for number of attritions. So having the total number of employees and then having the total number of employees who have left the company. So when we find the difference between the two, we'll find the number of active employees. So I'll take, it will be sum of employee count minus sum of number of attritions. So that formula will calculate the number of employees who are still in the company. So I'm taking the sum of the total number of employees, that is the sum of employee count, minus the sum of attritions. So if your calculation is correct, you will get this message, the calculation is valid. Then you simply click on apply, then OK. Right? So that we've calculated active employees. So let me put it on the rows. Let's see. Yeah, I can see. So those are active employees. So let me bring number of attritions. Yeah. So let me search for number of attritions like this. Let me put it here. Those are number of attritions. And then I take active employees. So you can see those variables are here and they have been calculated. So what is the attrition rate? So maybe the HR department would like to know the attrition rate in the company. So with that, someone,
Alfred,
yes,
I'm lost at what did you get? I'm trying to
okay. So this one we didn't calculate. So you see, in these fields, the variables that we are having, we have a variable for employee count. Yeah, so simply search employee count. Yes, take it to the rows. Yes, what are you getting? So go to show me. Top right, select the first option for that table. Yeah, and then what happens? Yeah, exactly. So we want to calculate attrition rate. So how do we calculate that? So we are having the number of attritions, and also we are having the total number of employees. So it is simply a ratio of the two variables. So I'll simply go to this drop down here. I click on create a calculated field. So this is what I want to do is attrition rate. So attrition rate, we will take the sum of attrition counts, sum of number of attrition. I think that is how we had calculated it. Divided by sum of employee count. So with this, we will be able to get the attrition rate. So sum of the number of attritions divided by the sum of employee count. I click on apply, then OK. So I've simply dragged it here into measures values, but you see now it's giving me a value of 0. So hope we are there all together, all of us. So it's giving me 0. So the reason why it is giving me 0, it's because it's still in the number format. But remember, this is a ratio. We want to calculate a percentage. So we have to format it to be in the percentage form. So I'll simply come here to the attrition rate variable, click on it, and then go to format. So it will open the format pane. Then you simply go to percentage. So when you do percentage, this is what it will preview, right? So you are having attrition rate for this company. So you can see for now the attrition rate is at 16.12%. Yeah. So I think we are done with creating calculated fields for this data that we had. So you can explore more example on how to create calculated fields. So let us see now what's the average age of employees who are in this company. So I'll simply take age. So I'll search for age. So when I drag age into the measure section, it gives me a really big value of 54 to 78, which is not actually realistic. We do not want to sum age, but rather we want the average age. So I'll simply click on this drop down. On the measures, this drop down we have, then I go to format. So not format, really, I'll go to measures. So when I go to measures, hope you can see this pop-up window that's here. So you can calculate either average, sum, median, count distinct, maximum, percentage, and so on. But what we want is average age, right? So I'll click on average, right? So let us also create another KPI for monthly income or salary. So monthly income. So this is monthly income. So by default, it is calculating the sum of income, but we want average monthly income. So I'll simply come to measures and then go to average. So that is a monthly average income. So after we've done that, let us now format these fields that we've just added into our sheet. So employee count, this is a number. So I simply come here, format. So this is a number. We do not want decimals. So that's the number, like that. Come also to this number of attritions, format. So it's still a number. So I don't want decimal, I put to 0, like that. Same applies to active employees. Go to format. Move decimals to 0. So put number of decimals to 0. Attrition rate, this is a percentage. So go to format. So it is percentage, but now we want, let's put this to 1 decimal place. Monthly income. Monthly income, this is a currency. So I will simply change this to dollars. So it's dollars, and then the number of decimal places. So for instance, if you want to maybe for it to be in your local currency, Tanzanian or Kenyan shillings and so on, you simply come here under prefix and the symbol for your currency. And there you'll have it formatted in the right way. So another one is age. So age is simply a number. And I do not want any decimal place. So that's what I'm having. So this sheet, I'll name it as KPI sheets. So it will be a sheet for KPIs. So don't worry with that. So we'll simply change the formatting. So when you change to, for instance, maybe white, you'll see these are the KPIs that we've just done. So here they are. So those are our KPIs that we've done. Let me take blue. Yeah, so these ones are simply format, no problem with this. So I'll take to be Tableau semi-bold, put white. So let me put 10. So that's it. So these ones, for each KPI, I'll now format and change the So I put white, I bold, so it's Tableau, semi-bold. Yeah, so this is now our KPI sheet. So I edit the title. Tableau semi-bold. Okay. Yeah, so we are done with the KPIs. Hope we are together up to that point. Unless there is someone who has a question.
Yes, how did you come this one?
This one. So you see we have this option for swapping, whereby you can swap rows and columns. Yeah, so simply go there and swap. Yeah. Hope now you're having something like this. You see, so you come here, you see under view. So we have standard, fit width, fit height, entire view. So you choose entire view. So we are done with our sheet 1 for KPIs. So I can duplicate this sheet. So I can right click and go to duplicate. But now I remove everything. So now what we want to do here is we want to know attrition rate by gender. So attrition rate by gender. Hello.
How did you duplicate the sheet?
Simply when we were here at the KPI sheet, isn't it? So you right click, and then there is a pop-up window that will appear. Then on the options, you'll see we have an option for duplicating the sheet. So that's it, yeah. That's how we duplicate the sheet. So I'll take gender to the rows. and then I'll take a number of attritions. So number of attritions. So this attrition rate by gender. So this I'll put this Tableau semi-bold. And then we can center the title. Sorry. Edit title. And then center it. So let us get rid of the grid lines. So I'll simply go to format. So grid lines, you say none. Zero lines, let's say none. So come here, cells, we don't want any lines. Even the headers. Columns and rows, again the same thing. So this, let me get rid of this. So let me put data labels. So this is a number of attritions. So this is number of attritions. Yeah. So let's edit this. Font is white. Tableau semi-bold. Alignment, let's say I put it at the center, like that. So we are having attrition by gender. So in this company, we can see that many males are the ones who have left the company. That's 150. out of the 237. So attrition rate is higher for male employees. So that's it. So let us go to another visual. So let me get rid of this. So let us calculate department-wise attrition. Department-wise attrition. So we have department, and then so we have three departments: HR, research and development, and sales. So number of attritions. So this I want to use a pie chart. I'll put entire view. So I'll put number of attritions to the labels. And then after doing that, I'll format that sheet. So this is department-wise attrition. So simply change the colors of this. So the font will change to Tableau semi-bold. And then the color is white. Size, let's say 10. Right. Can increase the size a bit. So we also want the data labels. For each department. So I'll search for department. And also attrition rate. let me see. But this one should be a percentage. Yeah, percentage to 0 decimal place. And then let us change the alignment. Yes,
Sorry, friend.
yeah.
I'm not understood.
The department-wise attrition. Okay, so you can let me show you. So we want to calculate the attrition rate per department. So what we do, first of all, drag the department field to the rows. To the rows. Drag it to the rows the way I've done. And then after you've done that, come pick number of attritions, or rather let us just take attrition rate. There it is. So by default it's giving me a bar graph. So let me take it here. Or rather, forgotten something. And then pick number of attritions. And then click on, go to show me. And then select the pie chart. Up we are there. Then go to entire view so that you can see the whole pie chart. And then come here. We want to put the labels on this pie chart. As of now, you see it is blank. So there are no labels. So you can't know how many employees I've attributed in each department. So I'll simply come and search again for number of attritions here. I take it to the labels. Hope you are seeing where the labels are here. The text label under the marks card, right? So this is what I'm having. So on the legends, you can see each color represent a particular department. So we have blue seats HR. So HR department has the least number of attritions. We have research and development. I think that this is the leading department with the number of attritions. And then we have the sales department. Hope we are together up to that point, right? So what we want to do is simply formatting. So simply come to, we want to format this so that the labels are in white. So we come to sum of attrition, we right click, go to format, so change this to white. So you see it has changed to white, see on the canvas. And then change the font size and also the font type, right? So I want these research the departments to be on the pie chart. If I want to do that, I'll again search for departments. I take it to the labels so that I'm able to know about which department it is. Font I put white. Tableau semi-bold. Labels here. Font I put white. I bold. So I put this is Tableau semi-bold. Like that. So that's how we came up with the pie chart. So you also edit the title. So it is department wise attrition. So I bold this, put Tableau semi-bold, font color to white. And you're having your attrition per department. So let us go to another sheet. We want to see age distribution. age distribution. So in age distribution, so I told you we normally use histograms to show distribution of a variable. So let us put a histogram, and we want to do a histogram of age. So we want to know how age is distributed in this company. So the age of employees. So what I do, I'll simply come here and search for age. So that's age. Now what I want a histogram. So a histogram, so these are bins. What we are seeing here, they are age bins. So we are there, all of us. So take age to the rows and then go to show me and then search for histogram. Yeah. So we want to change the bin size of the histogram. So I'll simply go to the age bin, right click, and then I format the age bin. It will be white for now. So Tableau semi-bold for this. And then for fields, select none. For rows, just put everything none. Also for columns, come to grid lines, select none. Even the zero lines. Do the same thing for rows. So that's what we're having. So under age bin, we edit. So we want to change the size of the bins to 3. So that we are having this kind of a histogram that shows age distribution. So you can see majority of people are within the age of let's say 34 to 40. So as we designed the KPIs, we saw the average was about 37. So you see also from the histogram, it's almost true, the same thing. So many employees are in this edge band or edge bracket. So that's how you add the edge bin. So you simply go to the edge bin, right click, and then edit, and then change the bin size. So you can set the minimum value, and then you set the difference, and also you can set what the maximum value. So simply click on OK, and you have your histogram. So let us add the data labels on this histogram. So I'll take age, so let me move this. It is taking some of age, and I don't want it to take some of age. But what we want is we want to count the number of employees in each age bracket. So I don't think we should put age there. So let me take employee count and see whether I get something different. So it's employee count. Yes, that's what I wanted. So in each age band, how many employees do we have? So that's it. Then let us get rid of this, the y-axis. So let us get rid of the header. So let us remain with this. So let's change again. Don't worry with this. I'll simply change the color of the bars. So get rid of the grid lines. That, simple as that. So we can change the text labels or the data labels. So in the data labels, font, this is font size 10, then white, bold, then on the x-axis again, let us format this So Tableau semi-bold. Wanted it to be white. It is axis. I think so. And that's what I want. So it's edge bin, so I give it color white. So now that is the edge distribution of employees. So for instance, you can see in the edge band of 34 to 36, we are having 213 employees. 36 to 38, they are 177, and so on. Yeah, so that's how we build histograms. So I haven't formatted the title. So let me edit. So edge distribution. Edge distribution. So I'll do this and then underline. Change the font type, font size. Change this to white and we center it. So that is the histogram for edge distribution. So let us analyze now the number of employees maybe by education. Yeah, by education. So let me take education field. So we are having 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I take employee count, I'm having number of employees, and then let me take number of attritions and see whether I can. Let me see how it appears. So I'm having this chart. So in each chart, I'm showing the number of employees and the number of employees who have left. So it's like I'm doing a comparison. So for instance, those with a bachelor's degree, they are the ones who have most left the company. You can see the two bars. And then maybe it's followed by the master's degree. So those with the bachelor's and the master's degree, the attrition rate is a bit high compared to the rest of employees with different education levels. So let me so you can see now the number of attritions individually by education levels. So those with a bachelor's degree and master's degrees are the ones who mostly leave the company, maybe for greener pastures. Let me also put labels here, number of attritions. So take it to the labels. But let me sort so that so this is attrition rate by education level. So format, or I can get rid of this so that I'm having this and format this. So these I'll simply get rid of the grid lines. So grid lines will set to none, even the drop lines. So then these data labels, I'll also edit them. So I'll put this color, make them big a bit. Change to Tableau semi-bold. that. Drop lines, no reference lines, get rid of them. So we don't want axis rulers. So also we can edit the x-axis. Format the x-axis. So that's it. So change this to Tableau semi-bold. And then you bold. So this can change the color of the bars. So this is attrition by education. Attrition by education. Yeah. So that's what we are having. So I think we'll stop there for today. So we'll complete from there tomorrow. So as you have seen, we've designed various visualization, which at the end of the day, we will we'll put them in a single dashboard. So unless anyone has a question up to that point. So have you understood up to that point, up to where we've built this last visualization?
Maybe on my part, I was just left on the.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of you were able to follow along as well. So I'll try as much as possible to share the recordings for yesterday and also for today, so that you can go through at your own free time. So that's how we build visuals in Tableau. So let us meet tomorrow. We finalize and build our dashboard. Then I'll give you an assignment to go and work on, which you will do, and also you will present. So I'll come and check whether you've been able to do the dashboard. So each one of you will just be presenting just a brief presentation, so that I know whether you've grasped the concept on building visualization and dashboards in Tableau. So I think this will be the last class for tomorrow, then an assignment, then the presentation, and then we move to Power BI. Hope that will be fine.
Kindly repeat the assignment.
So I'm saying I'll share the assignment tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so let us conclude there for today. So time is gone, so we need to rest a bit. So I wish you all a great night. Let's meet tomorrow.